under history, I want you to come back to the 6 core principles. So there's a page that says core principles of Pilates. We read it yesterday, we learned it yesterday. So, breathing. Breathing is our first core principle. When you are an above industry standard teacher, which you will be by end of course, you cue the breathing exercises. The exercises that are not labeled breathing don't cue breathing. Is it wrong? No, but it's redundant and people don't want to hear your voice the whole time. So, the roll-up is a breathing exercise. If you don't cue breathing during the roll-up, inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, roll up bone by bone, vertebrae by vertebrae. But for single leg circle, did you hear me cue breath? No, could you? How many words can we get out? In, across, down, around, and out. You don't need to. But the ones that are breathing exercise. So Joe writes, breathing is the first act of life. Our very life depends on it. Since we cannot live without breathing, it's tragically deplorable to contemplate the millions and millions who have never learned to master the art of correct breathing. So, take a tissue and pass the box to your people. Yes?
Does Austin have this?
Austin got the link to order one.
Can you speak what pages you're on?
Absolutely. Thank you. On page 12 on Return to Life Contrology. Yep. So listen, yesterday we learned, and I'll go over it with Neil after, we learned about the history that Joe took from gymnastics, boxing, Roman etiquette and Roman physicality. He also took from yoga. In the yogic world, breathwork is called pranayama. In Pilates, it is noted that Joe would get his students to take a tissue. He would get them to hold the tissue over the nose, and before you started, you go in and out, suffocate yourself. Faster. Take a deep inhale and blow your nose. Blow it. Deep gross. Pick it. Wrap it. Tuck it. Right. Now, sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. Breathe into all 4 corners of the lungs. Exhale. Empty all their air out. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3. Now you've got them in the 100. Now, it is also noted, if you get caged lion, like I recommend, that Joe was remember, he's German. He went through the wars. He came to America. It's also noted that he was very strict on the physical cleanliness of the body. He had his quirks. So he had 2 showers at his studio, and you would have to dry brush in the water, so it's not dry brushing, but you would take a loofah, and you would, after class, rub your skin raw red. And sometimes it's noted that he would open up the shower curtain. He had to stop doing that with women. He had checked, scrub harder. He was very militant, right? So breathing is the foundation for life. Ironic that he died due to lack of breath. So, the next one is centering. From Return to Life, page 12. Centering represents the act of drawing your own mental and physical focus during each exercise to the core, or the center, often called the powerhouse of your body. This is roughly the area between your lower ribs and hips. It also includes the lower back and upper back muscles. Centering is centering your core. In Pilates, we call it the box. Shoulder, shoulder, hip, hip. It makes a box. If you hear a teacher say, or you even say, center your box, that's what it means. The next principle is concentration. It is simply paying close attention to the specifics and details of every Pilates exercise. That is why in classical there's no music. If you got, now we got bad blood, and I'm like, pull switch. Pull your ribs down into the floor. You're like, I can't hear you, shut up, because you're into your groove, right? So, another quote by Joe, which I love. And in my book, I wrote, memorize. She's not memorized yet. Concentrate on the correct movements each time you exercise. Lest you do them improperly and thus lose all the vital benefits of their value. Correctly executed and mastered to the point of subconscious repetition, these exercises will reflect grace and balance in your routine activities. Why do I only give you the information you're learning with me? I don't give you the full manual. You get it as we go because I don't want you to learn it incorrectly. Because if you practice someone's YouTube video who's not cueing properly, bless their hearts, they might not know. Or they might be fraudulent copying a YouTube or a TikTok and just repeating it. But if you do the 100 wrong 80 times, and then you come to your teacher training and I'm telling you how to do it correctly, I have harder work to do. Liv and I had this discussion because she's deep into her apprenticeship. And I said, I don't necessarily love getting new apprentices who haven't done my training. I don't like it because they've done it wrong for 2 years or they've done it wrong. It doesn't mean I know what's right. I'm just going by the books, hey? It's not Shona's routine fitness. I didn't write this. Like Tracy Anderson, she created her own mythology of fitness. She's making millions. She knows Madonna. I'm not doing that. I'm literally teaching classical with contemporary. I didn't write it. Did I write the manual? Yes. But that's based on classical, right? So I would rather you learn it correctly so you can focus. All right, control. Control represents the concept that it is your mind that directs and manages each separate muscular movement. So it's not saying you have to be strong in your abs to do ab series. It's saying your mind is controlling it. We have to have a strong, disciplined mind, right? I also wrote memorize, which I laugh at myself. Be certain that you have your entire body under complete mental control. Good posture can be successfully acquired only when the entire mechanism of the body is under perfect control. Flow. Flow is just a lovely word that's been extracted for Pilates writings. It should be done in a flowing manner. That class you just took, 12 out of 10 for flow. I didn't create that. None of that repertoire did I make up. I have nuance in how I cue to get you into flow. Very few people who come out of most teacher trainings have got flow down pat. That's where we hit it hard. To be able to be in a flow state as a teacher, you really got to be integrated and assimilated. And then precision. Precision is the final fundamental principle, and for the technically inclined among us, it is imperative that we as students maintain. As instructors teach a conscious awareness of precision during each exercise's movements. Pilates' original awareness of precision was step-by-step instructions. They were very specific in placement, alignment, trajectory. So I wrote down in my book many moons ago, use of transitions and rhythms make them appropriate to the student's experience level. These are the 6 core principles. A lot of trainings don't offer it, a lot do. You, as Hummingbird and the Horse students, will memorize it. You will own it, you will eat it. You'll be able to go into someone's class and be like, oh my God, do you know so-and-so who teaches at Place and Place? They're excellent with precision cues. Oh, I want to take their class, so I tweak my precision cues. When people come to play Pilates, I'm a good time. I like having a good time. But I have many people say, I like how you cue. I'm coming back. I got it. I'm good at precision. I'm good at flow. I know where I'm not so good at too. We're always evolving, right? You had natural flow yesterday. I was like, oh my God, good, cool, go for it. Natural flow state teacher. I won't have to harp on her flow as much, right? But we all have to be well balanced in the 6 core principles. So now let's flip over to the teaching philosophy, the teaching sequence. We transition number 1 through 9, okay? We transition into position. We introduce the exercise name every time. Which one was I slow on today? Not with my introduction of the name. The one I named later. I got you moving before I said, now we're doing it. No? Yeah, no, but you're right. I slowed that cue down. Spine stretch forward. I got you doing it before I said what it was. Why? Because if I told you it was a spine stretch forward, you would lean. That's how smart I am. Not to toot my own horn. No, but that's the ESL. That's the English Swedish. That's how smart I am. No, because I've done it wrong, so that came out wrong. That came out. But, it's to my camera. Because I've been in many classes where I've said, now we're moving into spine stretch forward. And people want to stretch their spine forward. That's horizontal. I want a C shape and a rounded action. So I cued the breath, I cued it, and then I said spine stretch forward. I did it on purpose, right? Because I didn't want you to do it wrong. Now, that's not saying you guys would have got it wrong, but we name every piece of repertoire. Some teachers think, come on, Shones. Do we have to say it's single knee stretch every class? Yes, you do, please. Why? What did we talk about yesterday? Why do we want our students to know what it's called?
I'm assuming when you say it that they know what to do if they especially come more often.
What did Joe do? He had 3 classes with them and then he let them do it themselves. We want to create students who have agency and interdependency. We don't want them dependent on us. We want them to like us and see value in what we're offering. But also, to his point, if your clients know, rolling like a ball, roll back to roll up, roll back to roll up, when we get to the last one, guys, we're going into single knee stretch, they're already preparing. You want to give them that agency. You want to give them that responsibility, because guess who we're teaching? Adults. Don't patronize them. Don't treat them like children. Don't say, please get your backpack. Bring it to mommy. Take out your left blue shoe. No, they're adults. They want to own their practice. Let them. That's why we have to name them all. Also, we want to create independence and we want to create smart students so that when they go to another studio, they can track. I don't see it like a game or a competition, but in my head, I play these narratives because I'm kind of like Anna Green Gables. I got my own little world going on. And I'm like, if anyone I ever took, like you said, it was a great first yoga class. I love that you said that because I always want people to be able to, after taking one of my classes, go to the top yoga studio in Bali or go to the top Pilates studio in NYC and they can show up and shine out. Not that it's a competition. I want you to feel so much more than adequate, right? So then, you name it. You set up the alignment. You guide the movement. Then you give the breath cue. Then you go into your flow state. Then after they're flowing, you shut up. You have 5 more continue. And then you watch them. You don't do the whole class. You sit up, you watch them. Now in bar, it's probably more fun because you can do it while watching them, right? But you watch them and you say, however you want to give a corrective cue or a layered cue. I always do a redundant question. I don't know why. It's probably my teacher training, my pedagogy. I always say, can we point our toes more? Can we scoop in opposition? You know, I've had clients at play say, no, we can't, shut up. But it's a cute environment, right? Then you complete the exercise. always try and stay on top of how many they've done. We never do sets. I can be cute in contemporary arms and say 6, 5, 4, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and right? I can be cute, but I'm not doing 3 sets of the 100. We don't do that in Pilates. In contemporary, sometimes people do. I don't suggest it. We can talk about it in lecture. And then you transition to the next. So you have to have this order memorized to be a competent teacher. You have to have it integrated to be a good teacher. You need to have it assimilated to be above standard. I'll say it again. You need to have it memorized to be a good teacher. You need to have it integrated to be excellent. Assimilate it. Let it be in your core. I don't ever have to think about how I'm cueing. I've been doing it so long. Right? But you guys are new. Enough. You have to memorize it. Okay, transition, name, setup, movement, breath. The name, setup, movement, breath. Transition. Okay, now we're moving from rolling like a ball to... You have to memorize it. All right, now let's go back to where we were. Fundamental mat order. Look at your warm-up. We have the 100, the roll-up, single leg circle, rolling like a ball. It's your first 4. Today, we moved into ab series. Single leg stretch, double leg stretch, scissors, lower lift, crisscross. In the next segment, we're going to read through our repertoire, and we will be teaching each other these 5. Okay? So let's flip to repertoire number 5, single leg stretch. Cassandra, can you please start reading for us, darling?
Right from transition?
Yep.
Okay, transition. My preference is using the hover from rolling like a ball. However, this is not considered fundamental, although I would like to think it should be.
Who wrote this manual?
Who wrote that? I've never heard someone
Star,
say
star.
that.
Can you hear my voice? Right? I think it should be. Star, star, star. Listen.
That is a great transition, though.
It's a great transition. The only time we shouldn't do it is if people have a rehab injury or they're 5+ months pregnant. It's not comfortable. Yeah, don't be scared of pregnant people. It puts a little spin on things, but we talked about it at the in-stock training at Play this week. You don't have to be scared. The body keeps the baby safe. I was in a car accident with my second, and I got smushed. And they kept me in hospital thinking I might go into preterm labor or internal bleeding, so he's fine. It is sad when people miscarry. We can worry that if we put them into position and they take, of course we have fear. Life is precious. The body does take care of itself. But at 2 points of notification though, if you're a reformer teacher, don't put a pregnant person standing. And don't keep them lying down too long because it's uncomfortable. That's it. Sadly, if someone miscarries, I promise you it's not, I shouldn't say promise. I can lean into it's not your fault. No one's liable. Also, if an adult makes a conscious choice to come to your class 8 months pregnant and they sign the waiver, that was their conscious choice. We joked at Play because we have 2 women who are like 9 months pregnant and like, please go into labor right now. I've never delivered a baby. I would really love to experience this. It's on my bucket list. Said it? I'm like, I just want to put your feet in straps. Right?
Oh, yes.
On the report.
I really did. But that's because I'm a first-class weirdo and I own it. So, from rolling like a ball, place both feet on the mat and carefully roll down with control, keeping the spine aligned on the mat. Once fully reclined, draw both knees in towards the chest. Kristen, can you read the starting position? Does Megan have it there for you?
Starting position, lie on your back with the upper spine slightly lifted. Second point, knees and hips are bent with the pelvis in a neutral position. Hands rest on the knees, preparing for movement.
Good, Megan, what's the movement?
Exhale, place one hand on top of the same side knee while pulling it towards the chest. At the same time, extend the opposite leg outward to a high diagonal.
Keep going.
Inhale. Bring both knees back to the chest, switching hand placement to the opposite knee.
Please watch. This is fundamental. I did not teach you fundamental today because you guys aren't. Okay? We did pull, pull, switch, pull, pull, switch. When you're teaching beginners, pull, pull, bring both knees back. Find your hand placement, lengthen, pull, pull, both knees back. Because they've got to learn the hand placement. That's one of you said that's the hardest thing is where the heck are my hands? This is fundamental for a reason. They don't have the ab curl to really get the knee to the nose. In intermediate, we go palm over palm on the shin or at the top of the ankle, because look how high I can roll up. Okay, keep going, Megan.
Exhale, extend the other leg outward while hugging the opposite knee closer to the body. Inhale, return both knees to the chest and repeat. Perform 5 to 10 repetitions, maintaining smooth, controlled transitions.
Good, let's flip the page. Key cues for proper form. Emil, can you read that for us, please?
Yep. Engage the core to support the movement. Stretch the extended leg as if reaching toward the point where the wall meets the ceiling. Exhale fully before switching legs to maintain stability. Keep a strong connection between the knee and the chest. Only pull the knee as far as the opposite hip stays grounded.
Ooh, that's a good one. Put a little circle on that.
Keep elbows open and lifted for better alignment, and relax the shoulders away from the ears to avoid tension.
Good. Modification, variation, benefit, focus, notes, intermediate, comes on lecture. Then we would go into double leg stretch. Correct?
Okay.
Fantastic. We're going to partner up. Okay, I'll go with Emil because he wasn't here yesterday. Cassandra, if you can go with Dana, you two go together. You are teaching ab series to each other. Megan, let Kristen go first, just because I want to hear how she teaches because she had a different training. I'm going to run you through yesterday's as well. You are teaching each other. I don't care how you teach each other. If you want to go one and one, like single knee stretch, or if you want to teach the entire ab series. If we're still in workshop modality, go back and do the first ones too. Do your warm-up. Do your first 9. Read from the manual. Ask each other questions. Make notes. Yep. Beautiful.